I was involved briefly with a married man who believed he had the courage to leave his wife to be with me and to live his truth. This isn't the typical story of a married man promising to leave his wife for a secret lover. Rather, this is a story in part about a gay man who knew he was gay before he got married, but chose to marry a woman because he didn't know how to break free. Rocky and I met on a gay social media site 3 months after I returned to the East Coast to live, and just 11 months after he was married. At the time we met, he was living and working in Dubai as a contractor for the government on a military base, while his wife was stationed in Tallahassee, Florida, where they had a home. In one of the first messages he sent me, Rocky shared that he was married, but that he had regrets. He explained that he had come out to his mother and siblings when he was 18 years old. He sat them. To listen to more of One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued, visit audible.com. Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is So Much to Say YouTube TV. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. So Much to Say YouTube TV is the place that you come to learn and grow, because we discuss socially relevant things mixed with a splash of humor. If you know you have tissue paper feelings, this probably isn't the channel for you. But and however, since you're here, I just need for you to do two things. Hit the like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and turn on that little bell so that you get the notification every single time that I go live or upload something new. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Craig.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Hey, my ass.
Why you ain't run my commercials, bitch?
Because your ass ain't on time.
Hold on, we'll be back, y'all.
What's up, y'all? Your boy is back. Guess what, y'all? I am coming back to your TV screen, your computer screen, or whatever goddamn screen you be watching me on. Make sure you subscribe to my channel at The Real KeonStafford. Cause baby, I got some old nasty exclusive content coming for y'all this year, baby. So make sure you catch me live weekly. That's 9 p.m. weekly, y'all. So hit that like, hit that share, and hit that subscribe button. All at The Real KeonStafford. And while you at it, follow me on all social platforms at The Real KeonStafford. Like I said again, your boy is back. So y'all know when y'all with me, we gonna laugh, cry, talk shit, and have some fun. So see y'all soon. Bye.
Now you gonna play fair?
First of all, bitch, you should have had your ass over here. If you knew you were going to get your motherfucking hair done, you should have came straight here from getting your hair done.
Well, first off, bitch, you know what I'm doing today. And then,
First off, what?
First off, you already know I had shit to do today.
You think you don't want to have stuff to do today?
Then, girl, don't start with me anyways. How
You said you were going to have to start at, you said we probably have to do it live at 9:30. That's fine. So I'm trying to figure out why you went your ass home after you got your hair done.
Well, because first off, Craig, I still had on clothes that from the earlier today. I was still looking like a professional that I am. So I was closer to my house, honey. So that's why I came home, and I still made it to do the live. So what's your
barely,
bitch? Don't start tonight. How you doing? How was your day? How was your week?
They were all right.
I ain't counsel.
What?
I ain't counsel.
Well, you may as well have.
And bitch, you can text me about the show, but bitch, you ain't respond back to my message I sent you the other day.
The first thing they said was, "Oh, so y'all not together?" And don't be worrying me about no goddamn birthday party.
First off, it's a brunch, bitch. I ain't say nothing about no party. You either coming or you not. So I'll know. You got until tomorrow to respond, bitch.
Oh, bitch, I don't need till tomorrow. And first of all, why you got to be having this brunch over at this place where somebody just got shot to death?
They ain't get shot there, Craig.
I just looked at the story. Now you telling me that my eyes are deceiving me?
Craig, you blocked my channel.
Did I what?
Somebody said it looked like my channel was blocked. Did you block my channel?
No, I ain't blocked your channel.
Got to watch you, bitch. But anyways, Craig, good afternoon, good evening, all the above.
Girl, I guess I'm gonna make it to your brunch on Sunday. Ryan is having something Sunday and tomorrow. So fortunately for you, I'm able to go to his event tomorrow, and then I won't go to his event on Sunday, and I can come to yours.
Why say my channel you can't do the chat? What you did to my channel, bitch?
I ain't did nothing to your motherfucking channel.
Let's go look and see. Because you did something to my channel.
I ain't did nothing to your channel.
Let me see. Y'all blame Craig because he set everything up tonight.
I ain't did nothing to your channel.
So why my people can't come in?
I don't fucking know. I guess you should have had your ass in front of the TV screen sooner.
On that note,
I'm sorry.
On that note, Craig, I'm not gonna go through your bullshit tonight, bitch. You either gonna go through the live hole or you gonna cut it off. Cause I ain't got time for your shit tonight, okay?
Well, what you want to talk about?
Why you over there smacking? Hold on, I'm trying to figure out why it's not letting my people come in.
Well then.
Child, I don't know what's going on, y'all. Why it's not letting people do live comments?
That's why you should have had your ass in front of the screen sooner. The issue is, I went to this bitch's house for 3 weeks in a row, and he couldn't bring his narrow neck ass over here.
And you canceled 1 week out of the fucking 3. So let's not go there, bitch. So really, we did 4 weeks. It was 4 weeks total, but you came 3.
No, we didn't have no 4 weeks. Your non-adding ass. It was 3 weeks, and we canceled one time.
Craig, you like my hair?
Huh?
You like my hair?
I can't really see it.
You'll see on Sunday.
I'm gonna see it on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tearing these pistachios up.
Right. Craig, I don't know why it's not letting people come in. My people are mad.
They said you're so far back.
I'm far back.
Huh?
They can't hear me.
They said they can hear you.
I know. I can hear myself.
This is why you should have been over here. Thank you, Byrick, for the Cash App.
Craig, you ain't finna say that the whole goddamn night. Okay?
Say what?
You're not finna say that the whole night.
Ain't my fault you ill prepared.
Shit. And
they
Craig
can't
did
get on your
something to my
channel.
Craig did something to my channel.
What I need to mess with your channel for? Why would I need to do that? Huh? Does that make sense to you?
Craig, shut up, okay? What you
They
want
said
to talk about?
it sounds better, whatever you did to your audio. They said it was you.
No, it wasn't me, y'all.
That was your audio. My shit is fine.
Anyways, Craig, are you gonna be an old woman and grouch all night, or we gonna talk about some stuff?
I asked you what you wanted to talk about 5 minutes ago.
Well, you know, it's your show, Craig. So whatever you want to talk about.
I mean, when you had them people over on your show, honey, you always figure shit out. But now when you come over here on mine, You got to come in here
what?
late.
I don't like your attitude tonight.
I don't like your lack of professionalism.
I'm gonna talk to y'all later because I don't like your attitude.
Bitch, if you had disappeared, I would have got on my broomstick and came to your house and whipped your ass.
I don't like your attitude. So you need to check yourself. Is your period on?
What?
Craig, your period on?
Okay, so you having a brunch on Sunday.
Yes, so my birthday is Sunday. So I am having a brunch. So Craig, I will say this. I really didn't want to do anything. I just wasn't in the mood to do anything. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a brunch. You know, I'm gonna just do something, you know, bare minimum. I'm gonna do a little brunch or something, man. Just I don't know. This year I just ain't feel like doing nothing.
Well, you know, you girls think you have to party on every birthday. Like
I don't think I have to party.
You ain't got to party when you're 23, 24, 26, 27. Like you can just do the milestones. I mean,
right. Now, girl, when I turn 30.
Oh, you're not 30?
Bitch, you don't know how old I am?
Well, I mean, you say you're 27, but I just figured you look 30.
And bitch, you look 60. You look 60, girl. No, anyways, wait, before we start talking about it, Craig, so let me tell you, this woman, right? I posted it on my Facebook. So this woman said, I was talking to this woman, right? And I was talking to this woman, and she was just saying, you know, I don't look, she was like, I don't look my age or whatever like that. She was just like, you know, people say all the time that I don't look my age. I don't look my age, right? So, you know, you're not supposed to never ask a woman, how old is she, right? So she just kept bragging. So I'm thinking, okay, well, how old are you? Because, girl, so I asked, I said, well, I said, you're not supposed to ask a woman, how old is she? I said, but how old are you? She said, oh, I'm 30.
Well, no. It's different, though. When you're a woman, you can ask a woman.
So, fuck you, bitch. So she said, look, she got this. She said, oh, I'm 30. Girl, she looked like she's 55. Girl, I was like, oh.
Was this a black lady?
Yes. Girl, she had rings all around her eyes, and she just looked hard. I was like, oh, girl, you had a rough teen and 20s, bitch. Because if you just 30, girl, god damn.
Oh my God. So
but
wait a minute.
No,
you know,
go ahead. Go ahead, girl.
What you gonna say?
Go ahead before you lose your train of thought.
I ain't gonna lose my train of thought, bitch. What you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say nothing important, but I was just gonna say, but you know, just some people just have a rough time and rough life, you know. But go ahead.
Carlton and I were talking the other day about death, right?
Uh-huh.
And I want to get your perspective on it.
Okay.
So we were just talking about like what really happens after you die. So just imagine they close the casket if you want to be buried. If you're going to be cremated, then they're gonna put your ass up in that oven.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're gonna go ahead and incinerate you. But the question is, what really happens with your soul? What really happens with your spirit? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like when you die, is there really life for your spirit? I believe in God, of course. But, you know, no one really knows what happens over there because you don't know until you get over there. Right. Now, of course, you've heard people say, you know, they've had near-death experiences and they've imagined, or not imagined, but they felt themselves come out of their body and they look back and they're like, oh, there I am lying right there. You know what I mean? Like you see that. Mm-hmm. But I'm always wondering, like, what really happens when you pass on? Like, is it complete darkness?
I'm sorry to cut you off, Craig. I'm sorry, real quick. Keep that train of thought. So, for those who are watching on my channel, see if you can comment now. Craig, you had it damn disabled.
I ain't did a motherfucking thing, but the same shit.
But you set it up, bitch.
I ain't did nothing.
See if you can comment now for those who are on my channel. All right, finish telling me the story, Craig.
I ain't did nothing. I did the same thing
Girl,
I do every
finish telling me
week
the story.
when I set up the damn live. Thank you, Big Mike, for the Cash App. I appreciate it. What I was saying was, it just makes me wonder, like, because, church and all of that kind of stuff, they try to make you think that you can be jumping from cloud to cloud and, you're going to see this person when you get there and, your grandmother and all of the people that you lost. But the question is, do you really?
Right.
You know what I mean? Do you really? Because, I mean,
that's interesting.
Huh?
I say that's very interesting.
Right, because you can only go on what you've been told, what's been passed down to you. But that doesn't mean that's what it actually is. That doesn't mean that that's what actually happens. Because no one that's still living knows what's on the other side, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, because even when you hear people say they had a near-death experience, the only stories that we've ever heard is, oh yeah, I saw myself coming up out of my body and my family was all around crying and I saw the white light, but that's it.
I saw the white light. Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Like. And you don't never hear anything else because no one else knows what goes beyond that. So my question is, when you pass here, when you leave here, is this really it? Is this life right here, right now, all that there is? And when you get on the other side, are you just done? Or is there something for you?
So let me tell you what my grandmother said. So my grandmother, she always say, she don't say God or she always say the Father or Yahweh, right? So before God they used to say Yahweh, right? So I try not to get I try not to get into the religious things of whatever like that. But what she will always say is that this is just clay. This is going back to the dirt, So when you miss someone, she always say that Yahweh or the Father, he do everything, and she would say that that we're borrowed, like this going back to your soul, just going back, is going away. You know what I'm saying? So she always say stuff like that. So it always make me wonder, like, like, damn, like where would I go? Or because you hear things also too, like, you ever had someone that passed and they come visit you, or they like they're like, you still remember, like I'm gonna say for instance, like I remember my mom, right? My mom's gone or whatever, but like certain things, like I would hear her or I would like feel her, like her spirit or whatever like that. So it's just like, okay, yes, I know this that you see is going back to the dirt, going back to the clay rather. So like you say, where do my soul go? Like where do they go? So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so when I had this conversation with Carlton the other day, Carlton was like, well, you won't know, you're going to be dead. Like, he's like, but you're not going to know. And I'm like, I know I'm not going to know, but am I going to know or am I not going to know?
Am I not going to know?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the way that we've been taught through church and that kind of thing, it's always this idea that your spirit kind of lives on and it goes on, and your spirit is aware of what's happening. You understand what I'm saying? Happening. But I'm just wondering, like, when the lights go out finally, are you just in like this dark space where you're kind of lost? Are you by yourself? Like, or like once you're gone, that's it. Like what happened for eternity? Like
I'm gonna tell you what else I think of too, Craig. And not to cut you off while I'm thinking about it. Have you ever been put to sleep like under anesthesia?
No.
Well, for those who have been there or whatever, I always think like, damn, like, did I go away from it? Like, do this how it feel? Like, because when you go under anesthesia, they knock you out completely and then you wake up, right? So it's just like when somebody died, they don't know that they're dead. You get what I'm saying? Just like you don't know that they put the medicine in you, but it always make me think like, damn, like, is this how it feel? Like, those people who have died, let's say somebody have died in a car accident and they have been back, You get what I'm saying? So, or they have been brought back. It's just like, well, damn, do it feel like how I went when I was under anesthesia? So it's just like, damn, like it's like you say, it's a question that you would never know.
And like somebody in the comments said, everybody doesn't believe in God. I'm aware of that. That's why sometimes I will say God, or I'll say the universe. I believe in God, but I know everybody doesn't believe in God. So that's why I will interchange God and the universe.
Right.
But yeah, no. So I was just wondering about that. And I was just like, but when you think about it in that way, it makes me want to live more fervently.
Yeah.
Right. If this is absolutely it, there's nothing else after this, then I think it makes me want to live even more passionately.
Yeah.
And, you know, and really, really cherish every moment, every second, every day. Aaron says somebody once explained to me that they feel like we die every time we go to sleep. Oh, my God, today. And we are reborn when we wake up. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Speaking of this, it's so funny that these different things have tied up into what we're talking about. So, I went on a trip, the couple's trip when we went to the Charlotte, right? We were talking, and one of our friends said, you know, sometimes we go out or we do things, right? This kind of changing the subject just a little bit, but he was like, you know, you go out and you always do things like, for instance, let's say me and you we going out to dinner or going out to the club or going on a trip, right? You never really just take time to really sit in and soak up the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like just really just embracing it. You always it's just kind of like you're here. You don't really like think about it. You don't really just let the past go or let what you left in your city alone. You get what I'm saying? It's just like you come to the city or you go on vacation, but you don't really just embrace the moment. You get what I'm saying? Or really just sit there and live into that. Do you do that? Or
I try to.
You try to, or you do it?
Well, I say I try to because I try not to speak in absolutes.
Okay.
Because no one always does anything. No one is always honest. No one is always anything, right? So I try not to speak in absolutes, but I do try to be present. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to take in the moments. I try to even when I bought this house, like before, like I would walk in here and I was just trying to imagine myself here, and you know, just savoring it and just really remembering just a handful of years ago that I could barely keep up with my rent. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I try to be in the moment, even when I go to like a concert and stuff like that. And I think about this, especially when I'm creating Patreon video, because I try to share my experiences with my Patreon people. I try to show them, because I've gotten messages from many of them saying that, you know, that they live vicariously through some of my trips because they may be disabled, or maybe because they're older and, you know, they're not able to travel or whatever the case is. So I try to show them as if they are there, right? Which is why I invested in that GoPro camera, so they could see the moments under the water and just everything. But even in those moments, I have to remind myself, okay, you've given them enough footage. Now you need to be in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to be present. You know, but I mean, of course, life happens, and so sometimes you may come out of the moment, and you know. But the thing too is, somebody said, I put the comment up here, but someone said, she said, I think sometimes people cling to stories like, oh, there's life after death, because it's a way to help you cope. You understand what I'm saying? It's a way to help you think that it's going to be okay. Because here's my thing. When you go to church, and I don't go to church, I don't attend church regularly, but I pray every night and throughout the day. But when you go to church, you know, church folk are always talking about, oh, I can't wait to go and be with Jesus. I can't wait to be with the Lord. Oh, I can't wait till he call me home. They always say stuff like that. And then as soon as you get a diagnosis with cancer or something, oh, Lord, I know God is going to bless me. Well, you just said that you couldn't wait to be home with him. So which is it? You ready to go or not? You trying to stay or what? You staying or leaving?
My grandma got a friend. She always say, she said, I love the Lord, but if he called my phone right now, I ain't gonna pick up. I'm gonna send him straight to voicemail because I don't want to talk to him right now. Baby, what I tell you, but what I get from that is I'm not ready to go home yet, or I'm not ready to leave the earth yet. I got a few more years to live, you know what I'm saying? So it's just funny that, you know, people have their different ways of saying it or whatever. But it's crazy. Lord.
Yeah,
Lord.
so it's just like, yeah, fuck the, you know, they always say, I can't wait to go and be with him and stuff like that. And it's just like, well, no, I can wait. That's what I'm like, no, I can wait.
Yeah.
Look, I can wait. Now, you may not be able to wait, but I can wait. You know,
But
and
also
then it's
too,
just
Craig, too, it's a thing of like, you know, and we talked about this too before, like, so you know how you grow old, right?
yeah.
It's just like, okay, do I want to grow old, like real old, where I really can't be dependent? I mean, independent. I have
Well,
to. I have to be dependent, or do I want to live my life comfortably? And then once I get to the age where I really can't take care of myself, or I can't do so much for myself, I'm ready for, you know, I'm ready. Okay, it's time for me to go home. So it's just like different things. Everybody have different beliefs or different preferences, I would say. But for me, I think that I want to not think, but I want to live as long as I can, as long as I can be independent. Now, even if I get dependent, I don't want to be so dependent where it's like, you know, you just see somebody that they just lifeless. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference between being dependent, where okay, well, I'm dependent where I can't really just move around or whatever, but I can make it through. And then it's just a point where you just lifeless. I don't want to be lifeless. You get what I'm saying? Well,
I don't think anybody wants to be like that.
Well, child, you have people on earth that you do have some people who just want just to be here, just to exist, is what I'm saying.
No,
that's the point.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want to be just existing.
But see, that's the thing that I always say, you know, when I'm talking to my folk about health and preserving health and taking care of yourself now, so that when you get to the winter of your life,
Come on, speak, Craig. Come on, Craig.
Okay. When you get to the winter of your life, then you have more probability. There are no guarantees, but you have more probability.
Let me change this real quick so these people can see my hair real quick.
My God, today.
Go ahead, Craig.
So yeah, so anyway, so the thing is, I always wonder, well, going back to what I was saying, it's like when you're younger and you're in the position to take care of yourself and take care of you. This is what I be trying to tell you, eating all that goddamn fast food. You be thinking that because you're still young and you're under 30, that you just got time to just be eating all this stuff that you be eating. But it's just like, at what point do you change? At what point do you switch gears and say, oh, okay, well, let me go ahead and start being mindful of like what I'm eating and what I'm taking? Because it gets harder once you're 45 and then you still eating the way that you're eating when you're 25 and 27. It's like, what happens when you're 40? Because it's hard to break that habit because now you're used to eating that way. Mm-hmm. And so like for me, like I've always wanted to, no one wants to lose their independence. And that's one of the things that I'm learning firsthand from having my mom here, right? Mm-hmm. Because there were things that I realized once she got here that I wasn't really sure about before she got here. And what I mean is she was able to lead me to believe certain things when she was still in Baltimore, because she wasn't right here in front of me. Like she had me believing that she still could drive defensively. She was leading me to believe that she still had the energy to come home from dialysis, make her own food, warm it up, cook it, whatever. But then when I got her here, I realized, no, that ain't the case. But I think that's that feeling of not wanting to lose your independence. Like you're almost in denial. You're almost in denial. You know, because she was just like, well, no, I can still drive. And I'm like, girl, no, your reflexes aren't really that quick, girl.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you sometimes you got to slam on them brakes quickly, right? And if your reflexes aren't really where they need to be, or if you're feeling nauseated from dialysis, or you're feeling lightheaded because you just had your thyroid removed, and so your calcium is low, so you kind of have these little dizzy spells. You don't need to be driving. You know, and I think that's one of the biggest things. That's one of the telltale signs as we start to age. People don't like to relinquish those car keys. I always hear people saying, like, from their parents, they're like, she don't want me to take her car. Like I was talking to my friend Angela today. She said her brothers had to take her mom's car keys because she still wanted to drive. Because I think for a lot of people, once you have to surrender those car keys, you really feel like, oh, bitch, I'm over the hill now.
I'm over the hill. Right.
I'm over the hill. Right. You know what I mean?
But speaking of mothers, Craig, what I was in this crazy that we're talking about mothers, but I was thinking about this the other day. I was saying, you know how I went through a situation with my mom, right? So I was thinking, what or how life would have been if she had recovered from just, you know, after her organs failing and stuff like that. How would she be? Would she be like a vegetable where she don't really know anything? So I think about that, and it's just like, you know, damn, did I really want her to suffer? Or just like different things, like, you know how you get by yourself and you just thoughts just come up and you just be thinking about stuff.
Here's what you're saying. What I hear you saying is, was it best that she passed?
Right.
Was she better off passing, or would she have been in a worse predicament staying here? Because selfishly, you would, of course, you want your loved one to stay. Mm-hmm. You don't want to lose your loved one, but selfishly, you're like, no, I want her to stay. But then it's like, if she's going to be here in a vegetative state, and you just said yourself, you don't want to be here where you can't think for yourself, you can't use the bathroom, and you can't. Why would she want to be here like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think sometimes we have to think in those terms when we're thinking about our loved ones and when our loved ones pass on. I don't even know how we got on this. Like, I didn't even know that we were going to talk about this.
Right.
But it's interesting that you say that too, because your mom died when she was young. How old was your mom?
54.
My friend Felicia, her mom died when she was young. And Felicia's mom was like 65 or 6 or something like that. And what's crazy about when her mom died, the day before, her mom had gone to lunch with her girlfriends because her mom went in the next day for like a procedure. You know, it was a surgery. Her mom went in for a surgery. But then she died, you know, and like one of the conversations that Felicia and I have had many times is because she has a couple friends, myself included. She has a couple friends who lost their parents. I mean, who are taking care of their parents now that they're older. And she says, Craig, I didn't get to experience that. You'll never get to experience that. And so like when people try to tell me how to cope, how to deal with this, how to go through this, it's like there's only so much you can really tell me if you haven't walked this walk.
Right.
If you haven't walked this walk, you really can't tell me how to do it, because it is one of the most fulfilling things, because I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I'm in the position to be able to have my mother here and to be able to make life easier for her, or make things as easy as I possibly can. Because I know there are a lot of people her age that don't have the kind of support that I'm able to give her.
You're able to provide. Right.
But at the same token, while it's all fulfilling and satisfying, and you know, everybody says, oh, but you know, God is going to bless you for doing this. And, you know, this, it's all great. And I understand it. And I'm not doing it for a blessing. I'm doing it because that's what I would want somebody to do for me.
For you. Right.
But also it's the hardest thing. It is the hardest thing. And it's hard. And I know it's hard for her too.
Yeah.
I know it's hard for her too. I'm not even making light of that, because I know it's an adjustment. She's lived in Baltimore all her life. So to have to pack your shit up, because remember, she was only supposed to come here for a couple months, right?
And you act like you somebody daddy. So, child, I pray for her
Well,
Look,
we do become our parents' parent.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true. But child, she got to come stay over there with your nagging ass. Oh, I pray for her. Her life have changed completely. Completely. But no, Craig, before I lose my train of thought, you know what I was thinking too? Because me and my grandmother is very, very close, right? We've been like that since I was a child, right?
Oh, well, wait, before you jump into that, because what I wanted to say about the thing that you were saying, if your mom had survived, there's a really good chance that she wouldn't have been herself, right?
Right.
And
right.
so you very well may be in the position that I'm in right now.
Right. No, true. That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know?
That is true.
But go ahead. What were you saying?
But what I was going to say was, I think about this too, because me and my grandmother is very close. Like we've been like I said, we've been like this since I was a child. But it was just like I remember I would say this first. It's like I thought that okay, my mom has passed, but I still have my grandmother, right? But it's just like I still feel like something is snatched away. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's just like I'm still missing something. Like it gets me sometimes. And it's so funny how social media bring people together, right? So it's this person who followed me for a long time on Facebook, right? And his mom passed in July. I reached out to him, right? I reached out to him like, I'm sorry to hear, about your mom, etc. And we'll have conversation here and there. I would check up on them because I would see different statuses and stuff. So I think I got so sensitive to that topic or to that. So when I see somebody that is young per se that is going through that, because you gotta think about I lost my mom when I was 25, going on 26. So it's just like, okay, some people if I would have had her just a little longer, you know what I'm saying? My mom would never get to see me walk down the aisle, or she would never be there to take me down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, okay, that's a void there. So when I get married, what am I gonna do? Or you know what I'm saying? Or when I have certain things done, what I'm gonna do. But get back to my point with the guy. We reached out to him, and I reached out to him and was just checking him, saying, hey, it's gonna get better or whatever. And somehow we just became cool. So recently he reached out to me. He was just like, I really thank you for just reaching out to me. He was just like, because that's a pain that you would never, understand until you go through it or whatever. And he was just like, I have real family or real siblings who don't even check on me after everything has happened or whatever. He asked me, he was like, could you adopt me to be your little brother? And it was just like, it was touching. I was like, oh my God, like, bitch, I'm looking at the phone about to cry. Because I'm like, damn, I wonder how many other people in the world is going through that. You get what I'm saying? Because, sometimes you go through things and you think you're alone. You know what I'm saying? So even to when me and you was talking the other day, we were saying, you was telling me, you was like, now that I'm going through the situation with my mom, I have a different perspective or a different outlook on it because you said like, I was always like, well, why you post about your mom so much? Or so it's just like, damn, like, I think it's a way, and I try not to post all the time now, but I just think that it's just like, you just have memories, you know what I'm saying? Or you just have those memories of your person. I don't know. It's hard and weird, child. It's really hard and weird, but I definitely I tell everybody all the time I am sensitive to that topic now, even though I can talk about it and be good, but it's just like certain things. So if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I want to talk to my grandma, you know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I want to talk to my friends, just like, but damn, I really want to talk to my mom, but it's just like, child.
Here's the thing so let me clarify what you were saying, because you didn't really explain to them, so they probably don't even know what you mean. I had a conversation with Keon some time ago.
It was probably about 2 months ago now.
Right. And I had said to Keon, again, I have a whole new perspective now because my mom is here and, we've had a lot of ups and downs with her health and that kind of thing. So I've had my little moments where, you kind of holding your breath like, oh, is this it? You know what I mean? Just being honest. You know what I mean? Like, you're just wondering. Like, I've actually had conversation with like my Aunt Gloria, like, girl, I didn't know she was going to pull through this one. You know what I mean? Like, and I think we have to kind of get comfortable having conversations around like death and stuff like that, because it's part of the reason why a lot of people don't take care of their affairs while they're still alive, because they don't really want to talk about, you know, having a will or getting life insurance or whatever, or doing a power of attorney. But long story short, so with this new perspective that I have, and you know, seeing my mom, you know, have these health issues going up and down, it made me more sensitive to those of you that have lost your moms already. And so, like I had said to Keon one day, like 2 months ago, I was just like, you know, I really didn't understand, because like your mom has been gone now, what, 2 years?
Yeah, March made 2 years.
Right. So when Keon's mom died, like he would still post about her like a year later, a year and a half. And I never said this to Keon, but I said to him one day when we were talking recently, and I said, you know, I really didn't understand why you were still posting. Because I've never lost somebody really close to me, except for my maternal grandmother, my mother's mother. But I didn't, I just kind of felt like because your mom had passed, quote unquote, over a year ago, I, in my own ignorance, thought, well, seemed like he would be, you know, kind of recovering or healing some, like, you know, because like some of Keon's posts would be like, oh my God, I'm feeling really sad today, you know, I can't, and I'm just like, and I was just trying to imagine my own self thinking like, would I still be feeling like that a year later? But again, the common denominator with you and several of my friends that have lost their moms, they're like, no, listen, that shit doesn't get easy. So it's just like, I can't even imagine wrapping my brain around it, right? So I'm a whole lot more sensitive to it. So like when even now, like I was scrolling today on Facebook, and somebody was hugging their mom and saying that, you know, they just lost their mom. And I put a little heart on it, because it's just like, I'm so sensitive to it now.
Yeah. But I will say this. I think, and I tell people all the time, I think the reason, it hurts me too. And it's going to be the same way for you too, Craig. And you know, I love Gladys Down, but it's going to be a time where it's going to happen. Right.
Yeah.
But you're going to be okay because you're doing everything for her while she's here. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you're the child that's not really just, oh, child, mama down there with Craig, so she all right. Or my siblings will be like, you know, well, she down there with Keon, so she all right. So you're the person that's doing everything for her. Yes, it's gonna kick in survivor mode when it finally comes. It's gonna kick in. I need to do what I need to do. Yeah, you're gonna cry, but over time, you're gonna have a time, because it's gonna be like a shock to you. It's gonna culture shock you, bitch. It's gonna shock you.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get to a point where when and they say it all the time, you always hear them say, when those phone calls start to fade away, those text messages start to fade away, when people don't check on you as much, that's when you really start the process. You get what I'm saying? So if it happens now, I pray it don't happen soon, but you will remember, like, I did everything I needed to do for her while she was here. So It bothers me sometimes, but I will say my mom did always say to me that she was very proud of me, and she didn't have to worry about me when she left. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I do remember those conversations or whatever, but it's just like, I gave her flowers while she was here. You know what I'm saying? Now she may got on my goddamn nerve, but I gave it to her while she was here. So
right.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
And then here's the thing. All I remember is, you know, remember being in, chills. I remember being in.
I know, girl. I'm sniffling, girl. Trying to keep it together, girl. Trying to keep it together. Go ahead.
And so when I was in college, I remember thinking, as long as she don't pass while I'm in college. It was her and her mother that I was most concerned with. I said, they cannot pass while I'm in college. Because I went away to school. I went away to school, for those of you who may be new watching. And I was 4 hours away, and I just didn't know if I would be able to recover or be able to rebound and finish through college. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember telling my grandmother at the time, I said, please just don't pass while I'm away at school. She was like, oh, I'm not. She said, I'm going to come and haunt you if I do. Like, my grandmother used to say that. And so then, like, with my mother, like, I used to think, because see, my father and I we were kind of estranged just a little bit my sophomore year. I talk about that in my first book.
Mm-hmm.
But we were kind of estranged for the first year, and for my second year in college. And so I just never really felt like I could rely on him. I never really felt like I could really have the tough conversations with him about life and just about whatever, even if it was about career or just big decisions that you have to make, you know. And I always felt like I could get great advice from my mother, even if it wasn't advice that I was going to take. It gave me something to kind of measure against, right? And so, you know, I just always used to think like that. And so now it's just like, my thought is, if she passed while she at this house, am I gonna want to still live here?
Yeah, no. You have those thoughts.
Yeah, and then I'd be thinking like, who gonna help me come clean out her room? You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, what else is going on? Because some of the people do not like us talk about death.
Yeah. Child, hold on. Let me reshift my brain, girl. I was about to say something. Got to shift back. Come back to life. But yeah, like it's crazy. It's crazy. But whoo, Jesus, look, my God today.
Okay.
But I really do appreciate like things like this, just talking and stuff. But what I was going to say was outside of death, this is what I was going to say. And we don't cherish like the things that we have. Like for instance, right? It's people now who are sleeping in their cars, right? Or it's people now who they water may get cut off tomorrow, their lights get cut off. And I was talking with someone recently, and it brung literally damn near everybody into tears, where this girl said to us, and she said that I'm going to school to better my life for me and my kids, but I have lost my house with my mom. My mom is battling with cancer now, so I have lost my house. Me and my kids are sleeping in the car. Or she says, I just want to give up. She's like, I just want to give up. But she said, every time I look at my kids, I push forward. But she said, just imagine you can't eat. Or just imagine you have to park in the parking lot to go to sleep. Or just different things. And Craig, when I tell you, it damn near brung me to tears. Like my eyes was worried because I was just like, what it made me think of is just like we take so much shit for granted. Like we just leave the lights on and just walk around freely. Or, you know, we may wash some, you know, just 1,000 times a day. Or just, you know, I'm not saying a day, but like a week. Or we just take different things for granted. Or we don't take, you know, we got the pleasure of going to the store and buying water, buying juice, and just different things like that. Or where we have a house to come to, it's really people out there who don't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? Or who haven't graduated high school, or who everybody have told them they're gonna fail. Like it's crazy. And we're gonna talk about some stuff off camera as well. But it just made me a couple of days. Different things been coming to me. Or whatever, even to like I was watching Fat Girls last night, and one thing that stuck out.
You were watching what last night?
Fat Girls with Monique.
That's a movie.
But, yes, it's a movie. But one thing that stuck out to me in there was he asked the woman, "Have you ever really just lived? Like, have you been with somebody who made you live? Like, you know, that you just really enjoyed their company or enjoyed them per se, you know, because you know how you get around somebody, you kind of get in the shell, or you be shy, or you just kind of not be yourself or whatever. So he was making them, the guy was making her come out her shell. And when he said that, like certain, you know how certain shit just stick out to you or whatever, and it's been tied into just different things that's been happening over the last course of the weeks or whatever. And I was just like, damn, like what the fuck? But I don't know what's going on with Life Child, but yeah. Bitch, you got to see it. That's when Monique was a thick girl, honey.
Yes, Paid for Your Say is still available. The promo code is Craig100. www.paidforyoursay.com. Let me put that link down here, or that thing down at the bottom. There it is, scrolling at the bottom. Yeah, I don't remember seeing that. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Wait for to promote that, not the night, Craig. You said that already.
I have not said it tonight. Bitch, leave my motherfucking banner down here. Yeah.
For those who sent things through the Cash App, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Y'all remember 4:10, 12 o'clock. But Craig, I'm gonna come over next week.
You were born at 12 o'clock?
No, I was born at 7:15 in the morning, Craig.
Well, why the fuck you say April 10th at 12 o'clock?
Bitch, that's when it goes from the 9th to the 10th. At midnight the date changed, Craig. You know that, right?
No, you said what did you say? April 10th at 12 o'clock?
I said, so y'all remember April 10th at 12 o'clock, meaning that's a new day, bitch. God damn, you that slow?
No, what is your actual birthday, dumb bitch? Is your birthday the 9th or the 10th?
It's the 10th.
Okay, so midnight on the 10th is going into the 11th. She's stupid. Oh, she's stupid. Why she trying to read me?
No, bitch. You know what I mean.
Do you know that at midnight it becomes a new day? Oh, okay. She's talking like she was born on the 11th.
Well, bitch, you said the 9th and the 10th. Girl, fuck you. How about that?
You should have said April 9th at midnight.
This old queen.
You should have said April 9th at midnight, and then it would have been on the 10th.
No, if I would say April 9th at midnight, that would have been April.
Whatever. Don't even worry about it. I know it's that you didn't really learn calendars and stuff and time and clocks and stuff. It's okay. So wait, what else do you have to do this weekend other than you doing anything else to celebrate your birthday?
Honestly, Craig, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I really don't feel like doing anything. I'm trying to get out of this mood aware because it's another year around the sun but I just ain't been in the mood, honestly. I just really ain't been in the mood, so I'm gonna try to shake it. I'm gonna shake it.
Andre Carr, I know that midnight marks the first minute of the new day. That's why he should have said April 9th, because his birthday is on the he should have said April 9th at midnight.
Everybody understood what I was saying, bitch, except for you.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. If they did, they just as wrong as you. But at any rate, it's always somebody here trying to correct you. No, you didn't hear right here. Andre Carr. I know what midnight signifies. Keon did not.
I said it correctly, Craig.
You said April 10th at midnight.
April 10th at midnight.
April 10th at midnight is going into the 11th, sugar.
No, bitch. It's April 10th. When you set your alarm for 12 o'clock a.m. for April 10th, bitch, it's going to say April 10th. It's not going to say April 11th.
They said they knew what you meant, okay?
Anyways.
But no, I feel you, though. You said you don't really want to do a whole bunch. No, I get it. I completely get that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How many people did you invite to this brunch?
Doesn't matter, bitch. Just show up.
Girl, I'm gonna need a separate check because I'm not about to be playing with you and your friends.
You seen what I said? You seen what I said in the whatchamacallit?
I'm not about to be sitting there while y'all
Well, first of all, Craig, I don't hang with all.
Who had the mimosa? Did you have that? Somebody added cheese because it's 35 cents on here for cheese. Did somebody get cheese on that sandwich? Okay, you bought an extra fry. Oh, okay, yeah, but you had a mimosa, so okay. Did you add your gratuity in? See, I'm not about to be doing all of that. I'm not about to be doing all of that.
I really wish you stopped doing that on live.
Stop doing what?
Smacking and eating those goddamn pistachios.
I'm not eating. I'm sealing up the bag.
Oh, girl, like you about to go grabbing, get it again, child.
All I'm saying is I don't want to be bothered with your friends over here with this tab.
Girl, first of all, bitch, it's either you coming or not. I'll take care of the rest. You either gonna come or you ain't gonna come. Let me know by tomorrow. Okay. That's all.
Girl, I already told you I was coming. I ain't got to let you know nothing.
Your man coming?
No, he's gonna be going to Pittsburgh.
Okay. He wasn't invited anyway. Not just one. I'm just playing, Craig.
Really?
Craig, my mom was on the Patreon?
I don't know. I guess so.
You know what? Craig, I need to find this video. It was a couple of videos that me, my mom, we were on the phone. Like my mom may had called and you was on the phone or whatever, and we was together. It's some stuff like that. I wish I could find those videos. Child, but we done did so many videos for real.
I know. I don't remember.
It is videos out there that we have done like that.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I can't immediately think of, you know, and be like, oh yeah, remember that time? Like I can't think of an exact time. Oh, so let me ask you this. Have you been following this whole thing with Monique being over on T.S. Madison turned out, and then Lee Daniels?
With the Lee Daniels situations, I will say this, and this is what we're gonna end up because I gotta go situate my situation.
Well, George is coming over.
First of all, George is not coming over. George stay here. We stay together. So George.
I mean, is he on his way?
No, George is home. He's upstairs already.
Oh, so what you got? What you mean you got to situate your situation?
I got to go out there, plush, wash, and get ready for tomorrow. But anyways, I will say this. I feel that they had a part of her damper in her career. Like they dimmed her life. I personally feel that way. But I seen that because she have did several interviews with different people or whatever, but timing is everything. You grow as a person. Yes, it may have took 13 years for him to really apologize to her. Do I think Madison had a part of it? I do. Just based on the, you know, the conversations or whatever, but time is everything. It was up to them to make their amends. You get what I'm saying?
Well, so you watched the conversations?
I watched pieces of it, like different things. And you know, just kind of being nosy a little bit.
You watched pieces of what conversation?
Of the one with Monique and everything. I didn't get to really see the full one of her and Lee Daniels, but I did see the one with Monique.
Okay. So what did you think about, so you said basically it's been 13 years, so it was time for them to.
Yeah, it was time. It was time.
Right.
But also too, I think that because I seen something before this happened, I seen something where 50 Cent was saying that he was going to give her a chance too. Yeah, I think that kind of sparked and opened up some conversations too. I just seen different things. So I've been kind of paying attention to, you know, just here and there.
Right. Donnell is saying, hell, Lee Daniels said he really didn't think about it until after Maddie interviewed Monique and he watched it. I knew that Lee Daniels watches Madison. When we used to do the Queen's Supreme Court, she used to always tell me how he was watching. And then she would be on the phone with him sometimes. So I knew he was a fan of Madison. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't surprise me that he saw that interview because he follows her on Instagram and, you know, all this other stuff. So I haven't seen any of the interviews. I haven't seen the one I haven't seen Turned Out at all for no reason other than I just haven't seen it. But the same is true for like all of that stuff over there on Zeus Network. I've never seen any of that. You guys know that I'm just, and I want to say this in an honest kind of way, but not in a shady kind of way, because I know some of you will be quick to misconstrue what I'm saying and then take your ass over there to Madison and work on my words. I'm very protective of what I'm watching and what I take in. So even like all of that stuff on Fox Soul, I've never seen it. Even like the Turned Out episodes, I've never seen it. I just don't watch certain things. Basketball Wives, I've never seen. Like you all know, I've said this so many times.
Buddy watched Candy in the Gang.
Well, I have every now and then my little guilty pleasures.
Buddy watched Candy in the Gang.
Right, but now that's one of my guilty pleasures, right? But anyway, here's what I will say. Just based on what I've seen, I do feel like the conversation that she had with Monique definitely opened up this conversation again about Monique. You know what I'm saying? Because they kind of died down for a while, right? But then Madison came and did this interview with her, and it kind of got things going again. And it ended up in the blogs and stuff like that. And then 50 Cent was just like, okay, well, hey, I'm about to put her on. And then this conversation with Lee Daniels happened. So I believe that for sure, all of those things had they worked in tandem. They worked together, right? My only thing is this. And this was something that I used to say to Madison all of the time when we used to do the Queen's Supreme Court. You really don't have to be down in the comments arguing and debating with people about things when you know your name, you know your name. It's like you don't have to be in the comments arguing and debating with people, letting them know, oh, I did that. This happened because I did this.
No, right? I did see a tweet that she tweeted saying something about that she had something to do with that.
Right. And so, no, there is no shade with me and Madison. We were just on the phone yesterday. But my thing is, and a lot of times people think that there's something going on between the two of us simply because I'm not working on Turned Out. I don't want to work on Turned Out. She obviously didn't need me for Turned Out. Like I've had conversations with Lonnie B. I've had conversations with Sophia, Miss Sophia, Flame Monroe. I've said this before on the live. They all called me back to back to back 3 days in a row. First, it was.
Well, I personally feel you should have discussed that on live because you don't want nothing to be messy.
Well, it ain't messy. When I'm giving it to you straight, there's no reason to be messy. But my point is this: Flame called one day. Why aren't you over there? You need to be working over there. Actually, Lonnie B called first. Then Flame called the next day, and then the day after that, it was Miss Sophia, and they all were asking the same thing. Well, why aren't you working over there? Why aren't you doing? In fact, Lonnie just asked me again the other day. He said, "Are you gonna be on season 2 of Turned Out?" And I'm like, "Well, no, she hasn't called me to, be a part of that. If she called me to be a part of it, like to do an interview segment, then fine, we can do that. But I don't have to be a part of everything that Madison does. Like, I'm not one of those people where I'm just like, oh, I gotta be attached to everything. Like everybody was kind of wondering. And even some of the viewers from the show, they're like, well, aren't you going to be working over there? Why aren't you working over there? Like, we're not inextricably bound. Like, we're two separate people. And my thing is, there are going to be projects that she wants to work on that I don't want to be a part of. And there are going to be things that I want to do that won't necessarily involve her. I don't feel slighted. Like Lonnie was like, well, you sure you don't feel? And I'm like, no, I don't feel no kind of way. I really don't. Like, I'm not one of those people that feel like you owe me anything.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like every time she does something, she got to pull me along. I don't feel like that. Like, and so I don't feel slighted. But here's what I was going to say. The point that I was making was, I've seen like different things that have come as a result of her interviewing Monique and her interviewing now Lee Daniels, and they talking about this whole Monique thing. And then I saw one of her posts where she on her Instagram where she was just like, blessed. If the energy is off tonight, niece, just go ahead and log out. Like, you've been saying this the whole night. Like, we are fine. Like, if the energy is off, then just log out. We'll see you the next time. It really is that simple. But she posted something, like, because they keep saying the same thing. But here's the thing. Madison posted the other day and was saying, yeah, I had something to do with that. That only happened because of me. And I put that. And that's fine if that's what happened. What I've always tried to encourage her as her friend from the time that we started working together, you don't have to explain anything to anybody. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to remind people that you did that. And I think sometimes the beautiful thing is knowing that you've done something, but not like looking for the credit.
Looking for you
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to wait for people to give you credit to say, oh yeah, she did do that. Like, just know what you did. And the
seeking validation.
Seeking validation. It's like, you did it. The people that follow your show, that watch that interview, they know you did it. And it's just like, you ain't got to prove nothing to those people in the comments that are saying, oh, you ain't had nothing to do with that. Fuck them people. You understand what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So that was my only thing about it. It's just like, just put your stamp on it and just keep on moving.
Yeah, keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, just put your stamp on it and keep on moving. Like, you don't have to try to explain and prove to people that, you did that. Validate yourself. There you go. Like, you don't have to, oh, I did this. I did that. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
just leave it alone. But at the time when she and I were doing the Queen's Supreme Court, it was like it wasn't that kind of a validation. It was just like she being there arguing with the people in the comments. I'm like, Madison, fuck them people.
Hey, fuck that job.
yeah, fuck them people. You know what I'm saying? Because there are going to be people who are going to go out of their way to try to discredit you and
to discredit you, right?
Yeah,
right.
to try to make it seem like you haven't done anything. You know your place in pop culture. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but stop it there, Craig. Don't feed too much into it. But
I know I'm not reading a lot into it, but I think what happens is people, because Madison and I actually had a conversation a few weeks ago where she and I were talking, and she was like, yeah, because the people, probably some of the people that watch me and watch her, went back to her and was telling her that I was talking about her show, and I said this, that. It's just like, girl, we talk every day. Anything that I say to y'all on here, she and I have either had the conversation or I will say the same thing to her. It's not about being messy. And I think people are looking for it to be messy simply because she and I are not working on Turned Out. You understand what I'm saying? Life has happened. And I think even if she had asked me to come and work on Turned Out, I don't know if it would really work right now because I have my mom here. You know what I'm saying? And that probably would have required too much of my time to be out of the house. And so everything happens the way that it's supposed to. And then meanwhile, we're over here shopping Gay Like Me conversation. So I have my own thing that I'm doing. I have my own things that I have working on. So it's not a thing where she and I have fallen out. Her and Miss Mary, we still talk on the phone. Miss Mary DMs me every single day on Instagram because she sends me different vegan recipes because we talk about food all the time. So no, just because we're not on a live doesn't mean that, we've fallen out, because we haven't.
Right.
But yeah. So anyway, but yes, listen, you guys have an amazing night. Brush your teeth,
flush your teeth, and brush your tongue.
But listen, you guys have an amazing night.
Child, we will be together next week. For those who's Craig, but sometimes you have to shake shit up, honey. She just got to shake it up. It was meant for me not to come over there tonight. I had a long day.
If you say so.
But until then, thank y'all for those who sent things to the Cash App. Thank y'all so much for those who are finally now commenting after Craig messed up the live comments. Thank y'all so much.
Keon, and stop telling them, because whoever that Daniela or whoever that is in here saying that same bullshit you saying, I did not do anything to your comments. I did the same thing that I do every week.
I'm just playing, Craig.
When I said, all right, but when you gaslight them in these comments, you're gonna get them cussed out. Because she down in this comments keeps saying, well, he didn't change it, so you can't get no comments. Girl, what do I need to do that for? Huh?
I know you on your period, but it's okay.
No, I'm just saying I'm not gonna keep taking their motherfucking shit.
Girl, I know you PMSing right now, but girl, it's okay, girl. It's okay. Go get you some Summer's Eve, girl. You'll be all right.
Buenas noches. Y'all have an amazing night. Bye, y'all.
Bye.